Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and this video is going to be about a problem on Leetcode, which is range sum query immutable. Okay, this is problem number 303 on Leetcode, and it is an easy level problem on Leetcode. As you can see, it's an easy level problem on Leetcode. So what the problem statement says, okay, what is the problem statement says, but before that, what is immutable? So immutable is something which we cannot change, okay, which we cannot alter. This is the thing which is called immutable. So in this question, the input array which is given to us is immutable, and we do not have to change it. Okay, so what is the problem statement? Given an integer array nums, so nums is the integer array which is given to us. Okay, as you can see here, handle multiple queries of the following type. Calculate the sum of the elements of nums. We have to calculate the sum of the element of nums between the indices left to right. Between the indices left to right, and these indices left to right are given in the form of queries, and we have to also consider these left and right indexes. Okay, so suppose you're given a range left as 0 and right as 2, so we have to find the sum of the array from index 0 to index 2 including 0 and 2. Okay, so implement the numeric class. Numeric class initializes the object with an integer array nums. Okay, so suppose you create an object, so it initializes the object with an integer array nums. So second thing is a function which is int sum range. It is going to provide us with the sum of the range from left to right. Okay, now, how we are going to solve this problem? We are going to solve this problem by using a technique which is called prefix sum. Okay, prefix sum. We are going to create a prefix sum array for this particular uh, array. Okay, which is given to us in the input, which is nums. Okay, and then we have to find for each query the sum from left to right. Okay, so this is the left index 0. This is the right index 2. For each query, like there are three queries, right? 0, 2, and then 2, 5, and then 0, 5. So for each query, we have to find the sum from this index to this index. Okay, from left index to right index. Now, how we are going to do this? Let's look at the example. So this is the nums array, minus 2, 0, 3, minus 5, 2, minus 1, and these are the queries. So for 0 to 2, this is the subarray, right, that we are getting from 0 to 2, or this is the range. So the sum of this range is minus 2 plus 1 plus 3, which is plus 1. So plus 1 is the answer because 0 do not contribute. Okay, so for the second query, 2 to 5, okay, 0, 1, 2, so 2 to 5, this thing, 0 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2 to 5, the sum is 3 minus 5, that is minus 2, plus 2, which is equals to 0, and then minus 1. So for this query, the answer is minus 1, as you can see here. Okay, for the last query, 0 to 5. Okay, so this one was having minus 1. Now if we add minus 2 in this, so it becomes minus 3. So answer for the last query is minus 3. Now how we are going to solve this problem? Let's look. uh, Let me take you to the Google Docs, and then I'm going to explain the approach to solve this problem, and then it is going to be an easy level problem for you. Okay, so it is very easy, provided that you know some basics about the prefix sum. Now prefix sum, okay, prefix sum technique we are going to learn about. Okay, now let me tell you how we are going to use this prefix sum technique in order to solve this problem. So we're given this as an array. Okay, uh, so okay, so this is the array. Okay, okay, so it is not getting pasted here, so let me copy it from there itself. Okay, oh, it is giving error. Okay, uh, let me refresh this. Okay, let me refresh this. It will give error otherwise. So okay, now it's working fine. Let me look at the array only. So it is minus 2 0 3 minus 5 2 minus 1. Okay, minus 2 0 3 minus 5. Okay, minus 5 is there, right? Let me look at the minus 5 2 minus 1. Okay, minus 5 comma 2 comma minus 1. Okay, this is the array. So the array is having size 6. Okay, and we are given the queries as 0 comma 2. Okay, okay, these are the queries. Let me write down queries. Okay, 0 comma 2. Okay, and then 2 5 2 comma 5 and 0 comma 5. Okay, 2 comma 5. and then last query is from 0 to 5. Okay, 0 comma 5. Now how do we find the answer for each problem? From for query 1, which is from 0 to 2, so this is going to be the range, right? 0 1 2. Okay, so the sum is 1 because 0 do not contribute, so minus 2 plus 3, which is going to be 1 for the first query. Okay, for first query. Okay, for the second query, 2 to 5. Okay, 0 1 and 2. 2 is this one, so 2 to 5 is this range. The sum is 3 minus 5, that is minus 2, plus 2, which is going to be 0, and then minus 1. So minus 1 is going to be for the second query. For second query. Okay, for the third query, 0 to 5. Okay, from 0 to 5 to the last index. So this is the range. Now what is the sum of this range? So till here it was minus 1. We add minus 2 in this, so it becomes minus 3 for the third query. Okay, now how do we find the range sum? So there is a technique called prefix sum. Now what we do, so we are given the array as this thing: minus 2 0 3 minus 5. Okay, 2 comma 1, sorry, minus 1. Now prefix sum means we will create a array by and we'll create an array of running sum. Okay, so for first element for the prefix sum array is going to be minus 2. Okay, second element is going to be minus 2 plus 0. Third element is going to be minus 2 plus 0 plus 3. Fourth element is going to be minus for till here. Fifth element is going to be sum of elements from this point to this point. Okay, and is going to be last element is going to be sum from 0 to n. Okay, sorry, n minus 1. Now let's create the prefix array. Okay, prefix array is going to be, for the first element it remains same. For the second element it adds the first element as well, so minus 2 plus 0 is minus 2. Okay, for the third element, minus 2 plus 3, which is going to be 1. Sorry, yeah, 1. Then for the fourth it is going to be minus 4. For the fifth it is going to be minus 2, and for the sixth it is going to be minus 3. Okay, it is done. Now we have created the prefix array. Now what we need to do, we need to simply, if we need to find the range sum. Okay, let's suppose we are given a range. We are given a range from 0 to 2 in the first case. So what we need to do, if a range is given from L to left to right. Okay, left to right, left to right. Okay, so this is the range given. So prefix sum, so the sum of all the elements in this range is going to be simply the prefix sum, the prefix, uh, the element of the prefix array at the rightmost position, which is going to be 2 for the first query, right? We are considering the first query. So first query is 0 comma 2. Okay, 0 comma 2. Let's see how it is working. Okay, I'm showing you the working of the prefix sum technique. Okay, so this is how it works. So look at this now carefully. Okay, so you are given a range from, you are given a query 0 comma 2. Okay, now the prefix, now the sum of the range from of elements from 0 to 2 in this array, which is given to us in the input, is going to be prefix, is going to be the subtraction of the rightmost element of the right element of the query. Okay, I mean the right index is considered in the prefix array, and then we'll subtract prefix of left minus 1 in case left is not 0. Okay, but in this case, as we know that left is 0, so we do not consider it. We'll consider only this thing. Okay, so this is going to be the sum. And for the for the for the case when the left the left index which is given to us in the query is not 0, in that case prefix of right. So right, let's suppose, let's take the second query. So the second query is 2 comma 5. Okay, so for this query, as we know that the left index is 2, which is not 0, even if it would be 1, we would apply the same thing that I'm going to tell right now. So if it is not non-zero, then we are going to do prefix of right, which is prefix of 5, minus prefix of, okay, prefix of left minus 1. So 2 minus 1, which is going to be 1. Okay, so let's do this. So in the first one, prefix of 2 was what? Prefix of prefix array at index 2, it was 1. So the answer for the query 1 is 1 only, as you can see. Okay, so for the second query, prefix of 5 minus prefix of l minus 1. Okay, if l is not 0. Okay, here it is not 0, so l minus 1 we have considered. But if it is 0, we do not consider anything. We consider only the prefix of right element. Okay, but if it is non-zero, if the left index of the query is non-zero, then we have to consider l minus 1 minus l minus 1. Okay, so it would give us prefix of 5 was minus 3. Okay, minus 3. Okay, and then minus of prefix of 1. Prefix of 1 was uh, okay, wait, I've done something wrong here, maybe. Okay, no, I haven't done something wrong. Minus of minus 2. Okay, so minus 2. Okay, so uh, it becomes equals to minus 3 plus 2, which is going to give us minus 1 only. So minus 1 was the answer for the second query. Okay, now let's check for the third query also. Okay, for the third query, we are given as 0 to 5. Okay, 0 comma 5. In this case also, the left index in the query is 0, so we only consider the right part. So prefix of 5, which is going to give us 3. Okay, not 3 but minus 3. As you can see, prefix of 5 is minus 3, and this is the answer for the third query. Yeah, as you can see. So this was all the idea behind this problem. Now let's try to code it down, and let's see if the solution works. Okay, so this is the problem, and let's see if it works. Okay, so let's create a prefix array. Okay, vector int prefix. Okay, and don't forget to, before creating the prefix array, don't forget to resize it. Okay, prefix dot resize, this is something we use to resize the array. And n, where n is going to be, okay, where n is going to be the size of nums array. Okay, this way. So let's do this here. So I've created a prefix array. Okay, this is going to contain the prefixes of all the elements. Okay, this is going to be prefix array of nums array. Okay, now int n is equals to nums dot size. It is going to store the size of the nums array. Now I will resize the prefix array. Okay, prefix dot resize. Okay, and now what we'll do, we are done with this part. Now we will implement this part. Okay, so we have to find the sum. Okay, so int sum equals to 0. Okay, now what we need to do, if left if left is not 0, you can write it as if left does not equals to 0, but I'm writing if left because it implies the same thing. So sum plus equals to, if left is not 0, if left is non-zero, so sum is equal to prefix of okay, we haven't created the prefix array, we have just resized the prefix array, and that's it. Okay, so for int I equals to 0. Okay, I is less than n, I plus plus okay, so prefix of this is how we create prefix array. If okay, first we assign the corresponding nums element in the nums array to the prefix element. Okay, and then if I is not 0, then we add prefix of I is equals to prefix of I minus 1. Okay, this is how we create the nums array. You can try run it to get to know how this thing works. Okay, uh, so now if left is not 0, I have already told you that if left is not 0, we have to subtract prefix of left minus 1 from the prefix of right. Okay, so let's go to this. uh, okay, prefix of right, which is going to be right. Okay, and as left is not 0, so minus prefix of left minus 1. Okay, this is how we find in this case. And else, if left is 0, sum plus equals to prefix of right only, we consider the right only. And lastly, we have to return sum. Okay, now let's see if it works. I guess it will work. Let's see. So Okay, it is giving a wrong answer. I don't know what's the issue. Okay, so it was plus here, so it's fine now. I think it will work. So it is working correctly. Let's submit the problem. Sorry, the solution. uh, so it works. So that was all for today's problem. Thank you.